Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, a special phone call coming in. Got a special guest here. Just going to be a special show. So let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and the hardworking crew up there in the Southport, taking care of our everyday heating and cooling needs. High today, 76. It's going to be nice. Low's going to be only 62. And the water temperature, we've talked about it, again, it's 68.5. It hit below 70 just a couple of days ago, and that's coming from the pass now, not from the end of the pier. I don't know exactly why they're doing that, but they are doing it. I'm thankful they're doing it. Also, I want to take a look at the river read brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. We're looking at Apalachicola at Bluntstown at 5.9, folks. It's looking good. And also we're looking at the Choctaw Caryville at a 4.7. It's looking good too. So we're in great shape as far as our rivers. The tide chart is strong. Today is actually Wednesday the 10th. Folks, we're not far away from Thanksgiving now. Strong tides this morning, 12:23 be high, and coming in about 11:30 right after lunch, 12:30 right after lunch, okay, on daylight savings time. It's really important that you understand these tides are really strong this week if you really want to get out and fish the tidal flow. The wind's not coming out of the north now, it'll be coming out of the southeast at about 5 to 10, okay? We're going to call and check with our buddy, check it, here we go. Call Billy Grantham. We're going to see what Billy's doing. He told me he's going to be, they really catching a lot of fish over there. Just kidding, they kill a lot of deer. He wants to go fishing.
Good morning.
Good morning, Billy. We got you on air, buddy. We're going to get you started here. Tell folks where you are. Can you hear me?
We are at your management area. Hold on one second. We are at Appalachian management area at
Uh-oh. Are you in trouble? I hear the log.
Got a carbon monoxide detector that's inside that building, and a little gas heater. It goes off and warns you.
That's interesting.
We're at your management area this morning, and sun's coming up. Nice, cool, and crisp. Make sure.
What? Okay, you're breaking up a little bit. Are y'all having some really good luck with your deer hunting over there? I understand.
Well, the harvest season has went really good this year. 37 deer harvested. Of that, probably near 30 of them has been does. And they have done real well during archery season. The season open 7 days a week during archery season, and it's went real good.
Okay, listen, are most of the hunters from local or out of town or state, or where are they coming from?
Well, early on in the bow season, the South Florida folks and out-of-towners come up and stay 3, 4, 5 days and hunt. And, of course, the locals are here as well. But now it's predominantly locals are doing the hunting. And then directly it's going to just start feathering off. And you won't see as many because gun season will come in that 4 days of Thanksgiving for the quota hunt. You got to have that quota to be able to come in here then, and but it'll fill up, boy. That 4 days there'll be I'll wager there'll be easy $10 killed that weekend here, I would think.
Oh wow, that sounds like there's some exciting times ahead for you. So you're gonna stay in touch with us. I know you're so busy now you can't come on the show, so we'll just call and get some periodic reports up there. Okay?
Yeah.
That sounds
it makes
good.
for some long days. Some guys are shooting deer a little bit right at close to dark, and they're having to spend a little time tracking them down, and it makes for a long day, 15 hours sometimes.
Are you serious? You haven't stayed in that place for 15 hours or check them out? Wow.
That's right. Because you're checking people in, checking people out, and then the game that they harvest as well. and you pull the jaw on the deer. If you get a buck, we measure the antlers up to age it and age it with that jaw that you've taken off of it, and we weigh the deer and keep that data, and it's kept back since the place was open in '55.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get up like one day while you're working and just sort of show what all you're doing. So we'll come see you.
But, yeah, right after Thanksgiving, when it comes back in again, it'll be a busy place again.
Okay. Well, Billy,
all right.
That sounds good, buddy. Thank you so much, and enjoy your day in the woods up there.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, buddy. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and look who's here.
Yeah, leaving the door open.
We've been wanting to get together on the show for a while. Have we been busy?
Golly, I don't know. Yeah, very much so.
Goodness gracious. We were just talking about how busy everybody's being this day and time.
You know, I don't know what happened to this year, but you know, my business, I've been busy, and I haven't fished near what I should have, but you know, that's about to change.
And we were talking. We wrote in together this morning, and we're talking about how we every year say this year's flying by, but it flies by faster and faster.
Yeah. I don't know if it's got anything to do with us getting older or not, but anyway.
No, it's not that. And we have absolutely nothing planned today. I do have some pictures to show you, but we got, you know, you and Bill are going to be coming on tomorrow. Y'all going to do a show, right?
Yeah, we had a great
Tell about that
weekend at the houseboat down at outside of Howard's Creek. We catfished and ran trot lines, and it was just fantastic. As usual, you know, we've been going down there I have over 40 years. Bill's been going since he could walk, so we had a great time. But I don't want to spoil that. But
okay.
We had a lot of catfish.
Yeah, we're going to do a show on it tomorrow, and I'm just going to let y'all have it. But they won't tell this part of the story, but I want to share this with you. This is the same. This is the same Saturday. If y'all remember, I was down. Gail and I went down to Howard Creek to video and interview the folks for the brim fishing tournament that Shriners put on, and had a great time. A lot of y'all commented on. We had 250 views on that video.
Oh yeah,
and we had
That's
a great time.
deal.
But ironically, that same day, and we spent the night there. Guess who else was fishing down there?
And
Bill and Bill, and was staying on the houseboat at the same time, and we hadn't been in contact with each other, and they forgot to call me, and Greg Brudnick said, "Well, can't you take a hint when they do that?" He thought that's funny.
Well, you were on the list, but we were going to take our old dear friend. I said, do sound old now, Joey Farrell, down there.
Yeah.
And then Joey works for the county, and his schedule changed at the last minute. They had something happen, and he had to be on call for that weekend. And so he had to back out. But I mean, that's when we first got it up. We were going to take two boats, and you know, I was going to call you, but that's
okay.
When Joey backed off, that didn't happen. But that's too bad Saturday, because you missed some really good eating on Saturday.
I know. Well, I could have. We'd had brim for lunch. I could have had catfish for supper.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's exactly right.
But I really couldn't. I wouldn't have been able to left Gail at the fish camp by herself. She'd have been scared, so I couldn't. I would have to stay with y'all anyway. So.
Well, you know, speaking about the river, and that was 2 weeks ago this weekend, but or a week and a half ago. We got down there, the river was about 8 feet or so, or a little less, and I swear it fell out 2 feet while we were there.
That day.
And so it made, you know, what we were doing real good, but the river is in great shape. You know, that Howard's Creek landing down there, the lower landing is, you know, it's still a little bit rough. And of course, the state's bought all that now, and that's supposed to be, they've cleared a lot of those old home places, for lack of a better term, and they're supposed to be really putting in a nice ramp down there to get in. I mean, it's usable, but when it's that low, you know, you really have to pick your spot where you put it in at.
Yeah, and I really like that upper landing. It just, you know, put it in right there. I know it costs a couple of dollars, but it's really.
Oh yeah, that's a great place to go in.
Just go drive in, drive out. You saw that on video, so we use that landing. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Bill Allen here with us today. Listen, on tomorrow's show, we're going to go ahead and show the video of the red snapper trip that we took last week with Captain Laverne Raffield. And we're going to wait and let them come on Friday's show. And you don't want to see them 2 days in a row.
So we got bumped already? No, I wouldn't want to see me 2 days in a row.
Well, a good picture of Heather Taylor sent us. So this is Choctawhatchee Bay, a 31-inch redfish. Check this out. Is that not nice? We told all this past weekend at Choctawhatchee and here that in West
Nice
Bay.
and fat.
Isn't that a nice one? Good
That's
job.
a nice fish.
Good job right there. Now, I've got something else to share with you. This is I was with Rufus Earl Newton over the weekend. And Greg Williams and family had a family reunion, and Earl can really play music. Earl Newton, he really can. He's good, so he was entertaining. But we had his wife's name is Gail, and our Gail's, and all. So we sat at the table talking and all. And I was talking about the wild game cookout, and he goes to First Baptist Church, and I have it right here. I mentioned this. I said it's Tuesday, but it's going to be this coming Monday, the 15th at
That
First
is
Baptist.
always great.
Yeah, you've met Mike Huckabee, didn't you?
I have.
Nice fellow. Okay, but here's a side note to this, and what he shared with me is that it was put on Facebook, and they took it down because of the political post. Facebook took it down, so then so a lot of the members.
Facebook's gone. Facebook's gone.
A lot of the members just all of a sudden all blanketed out there, and that's why I picked it up off social media. So anyway,
Facebook's gone crazy with the political stuff and
Yeah,
all
so,
the appearances they have to make.
You would think you would want men going to a fish fry and getting together for something like that. So, well, anyway, speaking of red fishing and all, you and Greg, have y'all done much lately?
No, everything's been getting in the way of it. Now, Greg snuck out a couple of weeks ago, and he's got a lot of pictures, and so the water was still very dark. You know, it's still dark now too, but he just waylaid the fish. And of course, I'm working. I keep getting these text pictures coming in, but he was mainly, using the Paul Browns, which are just fantastic, but he had a lot of fish that were foul hooked because water's so dark that they're hitting at the vibration. They can't see a whole lot better than, well, they can see better than we can, but they can't see great in that, so they're hitting the vibration. So when you get in the dark water, and also this time of year, things are starting to cool down. Now the redfish and the trout have not gone in the creeks yet, so they're still on the flats. And one thing you want to look for, if on a good tide, especially if you can get back where you can find a good mud, soft bottom where the water heats up, a little better. But you want to, maybe it's time to put the top water up, and what you want to do now is go to those Paul Browns and slow them down. Work them. A lot of people that asked us about them and talked to them about them, it just appears that they're working them really fast. Now that can work for you in the summertime a little bit, but you have to remember, especially with redfish, with their mouths on the bottom, when they feed, they've got to turn. And so they completely lose sight of the bait. If you're working it real fast, you can pull it out of the strike zone for them. So. In the dark water, you slow it down, give them a chance. Use any number of suspending baits just to create that vibration in the water that those fish are coming to. And and then also, like I said, slow it down a little bit. It's starting to cool some, and now's a good time to break out the soft plastics and those things that you can work slow, hop off the bottom, like I like to do so much.
I had a text yesterday from one of the viewers and asking the same questions, and now a good time to go. And I talked about the same thing: slow down that retrieve.
Yeah.
And remember Captain Roy always called this his transition period, where it's transitioning from the summer pattern to to the fall pattern. Now it's going from fall pattern into the winter pattern, and like you said, the sound and all is going to be critical.
Yeah, the vibration, the sound, anything that makes. No, we're big on those Paul Browns. It's just, they're a soft bait. And it's got to feel when they bite it. It's got to feel like the real thing.
Yeah, is Greg still using those a lot when he goes?
cornered the market on him whenever he can get it. But that's what we generally do is I'll start out with like a Z-man, you know, and work it along the bottom, hopping it around and throwing it in. Greg will be on the deeper side of the boat. I mean, he can work the thing in 1.5 foot of water. You know, he'll throw it anywhere. But you know, kind of see where we are on where the fish are, and then, you know, of course we switch back and forth. But
that sounds good.
Yeah, just slow everything down right now. You know, put it. You know, they're not as active, but this is a great time to answer that question. It is a great time to fish. Well, I have been doing it, but any time you can go is a great time.
It really is. Just because the weather pattern changes, you know, don't hesitate to go.
Yeah,
and that's what I tell them the only text message.
Keep an eye on if you have a bottom machine or a GPS, especially from now, you know, through the spring. One thing that we watch a lot is we keep an eye on the temperature. You know, 1 or 2 degrees can make a big difference in the fish location.
And watch those fronts as they start coming through. We're talking about that. We're going to take our final break. Come right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at our time, 3:57 to 5:57 this morning and this afternoon, 4:25 to 6:25. It's going to be getting dark.
Be fishing at dark.
You better have your light on. Okay, Bill Roxby over in Santa Rosa Beach, folks. He sent us this. He's got some deer in his backyard. Check this out right here. How about this? In the bird feeder, the deer coming up there in the bird feeder. And isn't that cool? That's right over here in South Walton. He's looking around and, okay, let's play this again now.
I think we're putting out the wrong kind of feeders, you know, those cast feeders. We just put that out and let them come in. Of course, the bears
It has balance. Look how he's balanced like that.
Well, they'll do anything to eat.
I'm telling you. And also, Bill, thank you so much for sending that. Also, we had, let's see, I think he had sent me this other one here. I'm going to see if this will play. This is a short one also. You think he got a herd in the backyard? Look at those yearlings with the spots on them.
Oh, boy.
Look at that. Uh-oh, something scared him. That's the same area. That's some good video, Bill Roxby. Thank you for sharing that with us. Look at there. They're just playing around, playing tag. Okay, so thank you for doing that. Listen, we're going to add a name. How about Frank Davis from Howard Creek? Add a name here in Pickle Jar, and we'll be drawing soon. All kinds of things coming up. Okay. All right, Bill, I think I do have one more picture. While I'm looking at the picture, why don't you tell the folks what to do this weekend, where to go? What about the squirrel hunting?
Check with the FWC website, but we just today figured out that I think squirrel season opens this weekend.
Well, let me tell you what it hit me yesterday. I talked to Ronnie Fowler. Eleanor Tractor is coming back on as sponsor. We're just tickled to have them back. And talking to Ronnie, and this weekend he's headed to the river squirrel hunting, and
there will be a ton of people down the river this weekend, and you know, we said it before, that river is low. It's below 6 feet now, and it's probably still dropping out a little bit. A lot of things. We were down there the weekend before, but there's a lot of things that are sticking up. You know, if you're running around there, be very careful, know right where you're at, because it's low. Now, there's a lot of high, dry ground. It's still, you know, it's still a little wet from that river being so high. But I mean, as far as being, you know, where if you like to walk, you can do that, and it's just. There's going to be a ton of people down there, and just be aware.
Well, what's going to happen Saturday morning here? Boom, 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 all over the river swamp.
Oh, it'll be.
It's part of the. I've told people it's part of the Panhandle outdoors culture. The opening of squirrel season to hunt that river, to camp along the river, fry the fish.
Well,
you
know,
did
I've been doing that my whole life, and the boys, and now my grandkids are going. But with work schedules and everything else, we try to avoid the first weekend because there's just so many people down there.
Yeah, there really is.
So we're going to be going in December. The boys are trying to figure out what dates they can all go. My boss will let me off pretty much any time to go.
That'd be good. Maybe there'll be some squirrel left.
There always is. Let me tell you something. You're not going to eradicate the squirrels from the river, because Bill and I tried 40 years ago. We killed a lot of them.
It's been attempted by a lot of boys down on the river.
You're not going to get rid of them down
all up
there.
and down the river, from Bluntstown to Apalachicola and everywhere in between. It's fun.
You know, just be safe. If you're walking, I enjoy walking and sitting. You know, wear something orange.
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
Wear something orange.
We'll talk more about that. I'll talk about it on the show Friday too.
Yeah, it's you know, there's a lot of people down there.
One
you
quick
don't
picture.
always know who you're with.
Yeah, be sure. Be sure. We'll talk about safety more. One quick picture before we sign off. Sammy Soul over here in West Bay sent this to me. Mr. Chester, y'all were talking about turkey's cost this morning. This was on the show the other day. This turkey right here, look at the price on that, folks. $84.63
for a 15-pound
15-pound turkey. So thank you, Sammy, for giving us all that good news. But we're talking about the price of food the other day on the show. He
well,
said that
everything, shipping cost and everything's just gone up.
Yeah. So, but on the good news now, we got a big weekend coming up. Like I say, the squirrel hunt's going to be great. The fishing's going to be great this weekend.
Yeah, and if you see, if you're going down there, we're going to show you. And it's strange. You won't believe it, but what we caught those catfish on, I laughed at him. I laughed at Bill, but he spends a lot of time on YouTube trying to figure out.
He's going to share. He's going to share that.
Well, we're going to share the ultimate secret to it, and I laughed at him. But once in 45 years, he has a good idea.
You had a 15-pound catfish.
We had one on a trot line.
Ronnie Fowler said he caught one last week on a 20-pounder. They have all kind of folks.
Overall fish were much bigger than this trip.
Yeah.
Now I still want those catfish about that size, but which we did run into as well. But yeah, that'll be. We got an entire show with that in pictures, and
that'd be good.
We'll share the secret.
From the Bill and Bill show coming on Friday. So go ahead and tell all your friends across America to be looking for that, okay?
That's right.
We're going to have to wrap it up again, Bill.
You may not learn anything, but it'll be entertaining.
It'll be entertaining. Okay, we're gonna go get some breakfast. That sound good?
Yeah, you're buying, right?
Yeah, I always do. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy our beautiful outdoors, and God bless.
God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.